right, we've got our zipper installed in flap A, and now we're ready to add flap B to that. We're going to start by taking one of our flap B strips and laying it face up on our table. We're then going to center our flap B in that. We're not paying any attention to this end of the zipper that's sticking out. We're just looking at this part. So I think I want it about 1 3/4 inches from each end. Boy, I did good. So we've got that ready to go. I find it easiest to pin one strip at a time. So I'm going to pin that to that piece, pin my flap A to that piece of my flap B, and then I'm going to take my other one, and with right side down I'm going to align it right on top of that and pin that. I could have put it in between and pinned them both, but I just find that the bottom one, I keep it where I want it if I do this in 2 steps. Then I'll take my other pieces, and we may as well get those ready to go. I'm going to line these up so that they match as well, center it the same way, pin these pieces in place. Put my next one face down on top of that. Pin that in place. Then I can go to my sewing machine and sew both of them at the same time. Then I'll come back and press it, and we'll move to the next step. Okay, we've sewn our zipper flap B's to our zipper flap A's, and we're ready to proceed with finishing our zipper. So we want to take this piece and press the zipper flaps out. So I find it easiest to start by pressing my seam to set it. Then I just use my iron to push that top flap out. I don't want to have any wrinkles and creases in there. Pushing that one out. Then I flip it over and press the other one out. And you can start to see my zipper down inside there. So one side is done. Now I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Press it to set the seam. Press my zipper strip out, one side, then bring my other one over from the back and press my other one out. So I've got my zipper inside my 2 zipper strips. Now what I'm going to do is open these 2 pieces out. Sometimes it's easiest if I open my zipper to do this step. I'm going to bring these 2 pieces together. And what I want to do is nest that seam in there so that one goes to the right, the other one goes to the left, so that I can push that right up together and get a nice tight join. I'm going to pin that. Going to pin this side, and for good measure I'll put a pin out on this side too. So now what I'm doing is making a loop of my outside strip. I'll come down here, make sure my zipper's not twisted inside there, keep my tail out of the way. Again, fold one seam to the left, the other to the right. Pin at the seam to join it. Come out here and go here. And then I'm going to sew a seam on each of these so that when I'm done, I've got my zipper inside a loop. Alright, we've sewn the edges of our strip B's together. And now we're going to press those seams open. So it's easiest if I have my zipper open to get this out. I'm going to flatten it on my ironing board, press this seam, come over to the other edge, flatten that out. That's a little bit more of a trick with that zipper in the way there. But flatten that out, and press that seam open. And then I'm almost done with my zipper. Now what I'm going to do is bring my wrong sides together, right sides out of my flap B, and I'm just going to pin this every so often to hold those layers together. And when I'm done, I've got my, whoops, wrong direction. Let's go back this direction. I've got my zipper installed in my strip, ready to go to put in my bag. When I go to put this in the bag, I want to make sure that my zipper is right side up and my flap is up above it. So when I put this in my bag, I'll put it in with this aligned with the raw edges of my bag. I'm going to go stitch around this about 1/8 of an inch from the edge to join these two layers together, and then that way I can get rid of the pins before I pin it into my bag. Your zipper strip is ready to go.